Dosage, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to review one of the great topics that we have today. Interesting, in fact, that we're going to focus on 6 logos. Yes, 6 logos of historical clubs, great sides in the Zambia Super League. Now, we're going to start with one of the historical teams in Zambia, of course. Not really so much, still a new club on the scene. It's coming all the way from Muchinga province. The club is called Real Nakonde. Yes, Real Nakonde. So club 1, we're going to focus on the logo for Real Nakonde. Now, before we go any deeper, remember to like the page and share with your friends. Like this broadcast and share with your friends. Like on your timeline, send to your friends and family as well. Now, here we go now. Real Nakonde Football Club. This is a club that has got an interesting pitch. That has come all the way. They've been playing in the Super League. They played for maybe 1 season or so, if I'm not mistaken. Now, if you look at the logo for Real Nakonde, it's quite interesting, very, very interesting. I must say, for the fact that they represent one of the where they come from. They are called Real Nakonde, of course, in their indigenous language, in that province, that side. It means banana. Now, the logo has a banana on it. Quite frankly, it's really interesting, to be honest. Like, why would a football club associate itself with a banana? One would ask that. Like, why? So, let's get this fact. Nakonde district. Now, Nakonde in the indigenous language, as I mentioned earlier, it means banana, and the club comes from that same district. That's the name Real Nakonde. That's an interesting fact that, of course, if you don't know, we have unraveled it for you, and hope you share with your friends as well, and you get to know this fact. And obviously, it's really interesting. Most people don't really understand why there's a banana associated with a football club. That's why we're saying it means banana. Real Nakonde, real banana, you see. So another interesting fact, another interesting logo that we're focusing on, it's one of the, if you follow Konkola Blades very well, this is the team that has got history in Zambian football, and it's a logo that we are focusing on. Logo number 2, we're going to focus on Konkola Blades logo. Now, in the mind of someone, when they hear Konkola Blades, they will expect to see an interesting, intimidating logo, huge logo of maybe blades, swords, knives there. But hey, there's a frog on the logo, Chulapabola. What is a frog doing on a football club's logo on top of a ball? They even said Chulapabola. So, there's a myth behind this, a myth or a legend, you may say. There's a story behind it saying that back then in the days, Konkola used to be a swampy place, and frogs used to grow there in acidic waters of pH scale 3.5, 3, 4. So they derive the name from where they come from, and this team is based in the Copper Belt, to be precise, Chidelabombwe district. So Chidelabombwe means croaking frogs. Yeah, croaking frogs, and that's why they have that huge frog on the ball. You see, that's where they come from. They come from a district called Chidelabombwe, which means croaking frog. They are representing where they come from and who they are. That's why you see there is a frog on top of a ball. It's not necessarily saying that they are frogs or they're not a good side, but they are representing the district where they come from. So, and number 3, logo number 3, we're going to focus on a historical side. This is a club that one of the first Zambian sides to win the Zambian Super League right now, as it is called. This club is Roan United. Yeah, Roan United. On their logo, there's a huge antelope on it. The huge antelope with colored in their traditional colors, home kit, black and white. Now, why would someone put an antelope on a football club's logo? That's the question we've been asking ourselves in this broadcast concerning the football clubs. Why they are interesting facts about them. Now, Roan United, they got the name from, that's why there's that antelope. They got the name from an interesting species of an antelope called a roan antelope. Now, a roan antelope is one of the largest antelopes around in Africa, mostly found in East Africa as well as Southern Africa, to be precise. So they named that in order to honor this species of an animal, and they have that on their logo representing who they are. They are Roan United, stylish Roan United to be precise. They're called stylish. They played fancy football, great football. If I'm not mistaken, they were the first or second team to win the Zambia Super League, between them and City of Lusaka. Now, Roan United, stylish, although they're playing in the doldrums of Zambian football in lower division, but this is a club that has got great history, and they have represented themselves well with naming an antelope on their logo, calling themselves Roan, a Roan antelope. It finishes up on their logo. Then team number 3. Wow, we have covered Real Nakonde, we've covered Roan United, and we also covered Konkola Blades. Guess team number 3? It's Kitwe United. Yeah. Why would Kitwe United make this list? This is a team that has got 2 zebras almost trying to bash the ball. I mean, that boy is innocent. Why are they trying to bash the ball? That's an interesting fact. Now, Kitwe United, it's owned by Kitwe City Council, and there are 2 zebras on the logo. There's red, of course, in the car. Now, when they won promotion, people complained last 2-3 years ago, where they said, no, this logo doesn't look modern, but they have worked on it, and it looks a bit fancy now, but they have maintained the original picture of the 2 zebras and the bow, Chingalika, as they call themselves. Now, their home kit is red, and their away kit is white, black and white, and they have maintained that, of course, a bit classy from them. Now, those 2 zebras there, there's that feel of the city council in them. There's that traditional aspect of where they come from. They are owned by the city council. Those zebras, the stripes on the zebras representing the city council of Kitwe, you see. So it's really interesting. Like, most of these logos so far we have covered are representing where they come from, not precisely the football aspect, but also the culture and way of life from the districts where we've come from. So we've reviewed Drew Nakonde. We've mentioned that it represents the bananas. Like, Nakonde means banana in the indigenous language of that district. In Nakonde, Roan, the Roan antelope. We've covered Chirabombwe, Konkola Blades, meaning a croaking frog, Chirabombwe. Then we've covered Kitwe United with those interesting zebras. Now we're going to cover the record champions in Zambian football. Record champions. This is a team that is known for its stubbornness, for its famous stadium, Chilata, the Nkana Stadium. Now, we are going to focus on Nkana Football Club. They were back then known as Nkana Red Devils. Now, if you look at the logo very, very closely, very close, you can see that it looks like a Manchester United logo. And one would argue, why Manchester United? Why is Manchester United replicated in the Nkana logo? Now, we take it back in history. Nkana Football Club was founded by miners who migrated from, who moved from England under the Anglo-American corporations to try to harvest minerals in Zambia, back then when it was Northern Rhodesia. So there was a huge transfer of skilled work from all the way from England under the Commission of Her Majesty to Northern Rhodesia to try to establish or get minerals from Zambia. So when these miners came in, they were Manchester United fans. Now these guys, they still wanted to have that feel of playing football, as thus they founded the club. They were called Nkana in the 1930s, and this club is one of the oldest clubs, if I'm not mistaken, in Zambia, and they have maintained that touch of their original existence to Manchester United, honoring the founders of the club back then, until they switched to Nkana Football Club as we know them right now. So if you look at the logo very well, you can see the devil image there with a pitchfork. If you look at the Manchester United logo as well, you'd see the same thing. So Nkana and Manchester United, Nkana have roots connected to Manchester United, and that's a very interesting fact. So before we go to the next logo, remember to share, like, and invite your friends to Sporty Dosage on Facebook and on YouTube as well. On YouTube, go and click the subscribe button and like every video that you find there for every interesting facts about Zambian football and African football. It's exclusively sports. Anything sports, you'll find it on Sporty Dosage. Now, let's logo that we're reviewing. It's an interesting fact, interesting logo, and it's quite plain, simple. it's another historical site. If I'm not mistaken, that won the Zambian Super League 6-7 times. This is Green Buffaloes. Yeah, Green Buffaloes. Now, why is Green Buffaloes added to this list? If you look at the logo very well, you wouldn't find any fault to it and say, this is just a good logo. You'll say, what are you talking about? But look at the logo closely. You will see that this is a club named Green Buffaloes, and they have a black buffalo on their logo. Why are they not called Black Buffaloes? They have a black buffalo on the logo, and they're called Green Buffaloes. Now, you must understand where this team comes from. This club is owned by the Zambian Army. Back then in the days, it was called Zambia Army Football Club, until they changed to Green Buffaloes Football Club. Now, the green is associated with the camouflage of the Zambia Army, and the colors associated with the Zambia Army. That's why they call themselves Green Buffaloes. Now, the buffalo there, it's normal to see. It's normal color. It's black, and it would be awkward to have a buffalo in green, but they call themselves the Green Buffaloes. So there's the touch of military from this team, and if you look at the squad, they only have indigenous players. They don't employ foreign nationals to play for the club, and they have still maintained that till now, despite having the quota system in Zambia. So that's an interesting fact. They're called Green Buffaloes, and they have a black buffalo on their logo. It's just a bit off for me, and they have maintained that. And this is an army sponsored side, and you expect them to they're one of the disciplined side around, and big ups to them that are doing well this season. But that's an interesting fact on this logo. Now, last but not the least, you see, so far we've done how many logos? We started with Real Nakonde, then we went to Konkola Blades, then we went to Roan United, went to Kitwe United, sorry, then we went to Roan, and we went to help me count here. We had Konkola Blades, we had Roan United, Nkana, Green Buffaloes, and we've had Kitwe United. That's 5, right? We have something very interesting here. So all those logos there, you find that there is something really off and nice about the logo, and trying to replicate where they come from, what the club is all about, and how far they have come from, and where they have reached in Zambian football. Remember to like this video, share with your friends and family, and remember, keep it live, keep it yours, and remember to be dosage.